So here we go, guys. I've decided to finally fix my rear drums the right way. I have been replacing drums and shoes on the rear end of this bad boy for a long time, and so I'm going to do it the right way this time. Not the way I've been doing it, just changing out the shoes, and every time I take that off, another spring, another bracket, another piece falls out, and I just keep replacing the shoes. I'll show you that in a minute, but I just want to let you know that I've got my jack stands and hydraulic jack under there, and I've got my block-offs up front. This is a manual transmission, and you have to take the emergency brake off, of course, no matter what when you're lifting up the rear end, and I'm on a slope here, so I've learned the hard way. Get those blocks in the front of the tires and leave those there. Do not kick those out too soon. I've done that before where I've thought I'm done with my job and I forget to put the car in first gear, and I forget to put the emergency brake on, kick that thing out of there, and then the next thing I know I got a 4,000-pound Jeep rolling at me. So, you know, it's just common sense stuff, but you know, sometimes you get excited when you're done doing a job and you're like, oh, let's get this, you know, thing put back together and take it on a test drive. So just FYI on that one. I know most people wouldn't do that, but I get so excited I want to get going too soon. So, and I've done that twice now where I've kicked those blocks out. In any case, let's take a look at this bad boy here. This is the one I've been replacing over and over again. I always have to adjust it, and the reason is, I don't know if you can see this, see if the camera will pick that up, but we are missing some. Let me see if I can angle this bad boy here. We are missing all kinds of springs and brackets. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but every time I change these rotors out, another spring, another piece will fall out of there. Things are so badly rusted in there. Things are barely holding together. Those what are they? The rear brake. I don't know what that thing is called. I'm suddenly drawing a blank on that thing. That thing is in nasty shape, and look at all that dust and dirt in there. No wonder I'm going through these. I mean, the shoes are still relatively new, and so is the drum there. These are all less than, well, I might have changed these out 2 years ago, but 2 years on a drum system is not that long. So okay, well, I'm going to start tearing into that. I'm going to put something underneath there and spray some brake fluid on there, or brake cleaner on there, sorry, brake cleaner, and then hopefully put on some brand new pads, brand new cylinder. That's what I'm thinking of, cylinders. Yeah, I want to get some cylinders on there. These bad boys. Some new cylinders on there, and I've also got a new spring kit, not with just springs, but with new tension wheels and everything else there. Let's see if we can fix this the right way this time. Alright, let's get that nasty, filthy thing cleaned off here. Now, most of that's rust, so I guess that's not going to come off there. Trying to get that cleaned off so I can pull it off without totally getting nasty. And I do want to check out, make sure the new ones are going to fit. It looks like the right size there. There's, on these 99 Cherokees, apparently there's 2 different brake sizes up front and 2 different brake sizes out rear. So it looks like these are the 9-inch drums, and with the according 9-inch shoes. Those look good. Let's start getting this pulled off here. I know, was it Chris Fix shows in his video, taking pictures of it and then using these, you know, using the pictures to decide where it goes. Half of my springs are already missing, so I don't think taking a picture of this one will really work. I can say I totally recommend items like this. This little thing, you know, costs a few bucks. Look at how easy this is. You got to remember, okay, what always comes off first goes on first. So this one's the one. Look at that, how easy that is. Right off of there. Okay. There's one. Bad boy, get that out of there. And then the other one off here. So now remember, these 2 springs are the ones that are going to go on last when I put this thing back together. Okay. And then I've got this nice little thing for use on these springs here, except I don't know if I want to take those off yet. Let me first of all Get this bad boy off of here. See where all this stuff is going. Yeah, might as well just get those off of there now. Let's take them off. I just push from the back. There we go. There goes that. I guess I can take my kitty litter thing out of here now. It's going to make a bigger mess. There we go. Alright, get this one off of here. Come on. That's all smashed up against the side there. Ugh. There is an easy way to get those springs off of there. Alright, let's take these guys off of here. All that rusty, nasty stuff falling out of there. This is probably why my emergency brake has always sucked on this car. It's because I don't have much of a way to use it here. Get that out. I think all of this stuff is going to be replaced with the new spring kit I've got. I've got this bracket back behind here. I think I have a new one of these. Look at how nasty that is. Hopefully I can replace all of that. I have to check the kit, make sure. And here's this piece back here. There's some way to separate this guy. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. That is what runs to the emergency brake. So, what is this back here? This piece just hanging out back here. It's all smashed. Can the camera pick that up? This thing is totally smashed. I think I'm seeing why my emergency brake has never really worked very well on this car. Yeah, that thing's totally been smashed in there. Half the other springs have rusted and fallen out. Let's see if I can get this bad boy out of here now. Because I may have to, I think I do have to reuse this piece, so if I can, I want to clean it up a little bit and get some of the rust off of there. It's not wanting to come out. So get this in there. I need a screwdriver for this part. Alright, more tools, I'll be back. Well, I decided to open up the Carlson brake kit. These are all the things I got new in here. So for 15 bucks, made in the USA, jeez, that's a pretty good deal right there. So I'm getting all these new springs. This thing is crucial because the old one was so bad. And look at this bad boy right there. Got a new one of those. The only thing I was disappointed, and I need these guys because those, I don't have those anymore. The only thing I was disappointed about was this piece right there, that rusted piece hanging down right here. I'm not going to fight too much to take it off of there since I've got to reuse this thing anyway. So I guess I'll just try to clean it off a little bit. It's all rust on there. This isn't grease, so it's not brake fluid. And then the cylinder right there, I'm going to undo the screws on the back. I'm going to wait till the final moment that I'm going to put on the brand new cylinder before I pull that one off, so I don't drip too much brake fluid out. And put that on. Hopefully that'll look better here. And let me get this cleaned up, and I'll get started on the next part. Okay, one more time with the brake cleaner. Looks like I'm going to have to reuse this part as well. This little thing right here, I was hoping the new kit would come with it. Come with the new spring. This spring right here I could get rid of, but this piece itself I have to redo, or reuse. So I'm going to try to clean it off as best I can. God, this stuff stinks. Clean off the rest of that backing there. Oh, some nasty stuff there. You know, I really wish that the new kits, new spring kits, would come with, charge me more and give me some more of these guys, because these guys are such a pain. That scaled on rust is so hard to get off of there. And I don't want to sit here all day on a brake job and clean off these parts. So I wish that that's something that they would charge you more for and come up with new pieces, these guys. Just give me something new here. I don't even know where that goes. Good thing I left the other side intact. Now I don't remember where anything goes. This damn has a ABS sensor over here. I don't like ABS brakes. I am the ABS. I don't need an ABS. I know enough how to modulate my foot pressure to slow the car down. I don't need the computer to pump the brakes for me. In any case, let's go ahead and get the screws out of this guy. This thing looks nasty and it was leaking. Last time I did this, all I did is tighten it on there. I think this is why I'm slowly, I've got a very slow brake reservoir leak, and I think it's coming from one of these guys. That's pretty nasty looking. You know, while I'm at it, I might as well clean off this backing area here too. Right where the lubrication points are, where I put the shoes go right against there, so I always put a little bit of grease on that area, so we'll clean that off too. These nasty areas cleaned off. I might as well pull this thing out of here because I don't need that in there anymore. A little rubber grommet that's supposed to stop water from going in. Clean that off as well. Now I think I know why those brake shops charge so much to do brake jobs, when it's like, okay, the parts pretty inexpensive. For what, 19 bucks you can get new shoes, another 25 bucks you can get new drums or rotors. They charge you a fortune, you know, 500 bucks they charged me per brake job when I used to have it done with this, at the Cherokee. Now I see why. It's a dirty job. Dirty job. It's the labor that you're paying for. They always use the cheapest parts they can possibly get too. Though the parts they use are crap. So that's actually what started me doing my own brake jobs. Is I got sick of the shops like Cherokee and you know, whatever, Brakes Plus, Brakes this, Brakes that, whatever they are. They always use the cheapest, nastiest pads and rotors and shoes, and they don't last, and they squeal, and they make tons of brake dust all over your wheels. So okay, so there is the new cylinder in. There is the old one. I threw it down in the kitty litter there. Didn't lose too much of brake fluid changing that out. Just wanted to let you know, if you're doing this yourself on a Jeep Cherokee, it looks like it's a 3/8 inch line wrench going in the back here. I haven't gotten it completely seated down yet. And then there's two of these 3/8 inch screws holding the cylinder on there. So the good thing is they're all 3/8 inch. I tried to use metric didn't work. It's all 3/8 inch, so at least that's good there. I'm going to go ahead and finish tightening this thing down. Yeah, to say that getting these new brake shoes on is a pain in the butt is quite an understatement. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing the pin, the retaining pin, through first, and then I'm just kind of lining it up with that hole to begin with. I'm just going to take that off, might as well. It's just going to get in the way. There we go. What I'm going to do first, let's just put that in place there. Alright. I'll get this spring back into place on my tool. Now getting these lined up is a royal pain in the butt. Whoever invented drum brakes, jeez, they were a glutton for punishment. As it is a royal pain to get these things lined up, get them to stick. And now I'm trying to get that pin through there. Getting this pin to line up is almost, I'd almost would rather have a root canal than trying to line this up. I don't know, I guess a root canal could be worse. Come on, man, you're almost through. Oh, finally. We're through. Okay, so we got the 2 retaining pins in there. Scoot this in. I'm not even hitting on the right area there. There we go. It's got to be pushing on the cylinder or else it's not going to break. Okay, so those 2 guys are in there. Now I got to figure out how this rest of these screws line up. I know this one goes back in here. Let's see if I can get it in there without too much trouble. And now this piece isn't lined up. Oh, great. So I'm going to have to do, let's see if I can get this piece lined up here. Pull it back. There we are. There we are. Okay, so that piece is back to being lined up. All right. Now that that piece is lined up, now let's get this piece in here. There we go. Now I'm not hooking those other bad boys up yet until I figure out this piece has got to go on here first. It's got to go around. Let's see if the camera can show this. This piece on here goes around this little piece on the inside, which I can't show you because there's this parking brake bracket, and then it hooks on to this piece down here, and there's another spring that goes on it. I just got to figure out how that goes because we've got this spring right here. And this was one I've never had on this car. I've owned this car for almost 15 years and I have never had this spring on here because it broke off when I first, I could hear this rattling around when I first owned this car and just took it out and never put it back. So yeah, let's see if I can figure this out here. Alright, can I be ready for the other side? Let's see if we can get the springs on here. I did get this little, there's an extra spring that goes underneath there, which I can't, of course, again, I can't show you without an extra arm here. Let's see if I can get this piece on here. You know, Chris Fix and others have said, oh, you don't need these fancy things for doing these brake jobs, but you know, for the fact that these cost $3 or $4 and they help that much, I think they're worth it. Alright. I could straighten that guy on there a little bit better. Get it off. Let's try again here. Oh boy, let's try again. Again, this is getting pulled weird because of this other spring that's on there. There we go. All right. I think we're there. Let's see if these guys are on. Everything's in place. Is it pushing against the wheel cylinder there? Yeah. Parking brakes in place. That spring is still on. Okay. Go. This piece just needs to be tightened up now. There we go. Alright. I think we are back in business here. All of the missing parts that I had been looking for are back. You know what I did? I just remember from the Chris Fix video, this piece right here. I forgot to put that piece on. Now that I've got everything back on there though, I'm not sure I'm going to be worried about it. I don't think this piece is going anywhere. You know, it holds that the bracket on there, but I think it's going to hold on just fine just with the tension of that spring. So I think I'm all right without that. I'll try and put it on the passenger side. Let's try that. On the braking surfaces, I always like to do one last hit before I assemble it of brake cleaner to get any grease that might have been on my hands off of there. So let's wipe that down a little bit, make sure it's nice and clean. Yeah, looks good. Looks like we're ready for a drum. Let's see if the drum's gonna fit now that we have got all of that area. All the surface area is brand new, so it might be a little bit wide for that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of adjustment. I'm gonna have to take this piece back down. Let's shrink that bad boy down. There we go. Squeeze that in. Squeeze that in. Squeeze it all as tight as you can go. There we go. All right. Let's try that again here. It's still too much pad on that shoe. There we go. All right. Come on, we just need to fit around there. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't get brand new drums with more space in there. I still can't get it over this. Oh. Drum brakes, you gotta love them, huh? Alright. I know I'm almost as far in as I can possibly go here with that adjustment piece on the bottom. I don't know if I can go any further. There we go. Alright. Hey, that's looking good. I think we're back in business here. I do need to, since I put a new cylinder on there, I still have to bleed it too, but I'm not going to bleed until I get that other side done. Okay, here I am on the passenger side here. Oh, it's the part I hate. I didn't think about where the sun would be this time of the day, so I got the sun to deal with. I'm going to try to pull this off as quick as I can and not worry too much about it because I'm going to get roasted here in the sun if I go slow on this one. So this side I got to hurry up on. Hopefully I don't have the same problems on the driver's side. Oh wow, we got a lot of corrosion in there. Look at all that stuff. I already sprayed tons of brake cleaner on this trying to clean this off, and it's still just nasty. Alright, so we get this guy off of there. Alright, well that didn't work too well. Let's try this side. Come on. It's rusted so bad that the little pin on the inside is sticking and staying with it, not turning it, coming off. Come on, man. All right. Huh. Either one of these guys want to come off of there, huh? All right. Of course, now that I'm baking in the sun, now it's bigger. Come on. All right, I'm gonna have to use the plier method. Turn that bad boy. I need sharper pliers. The SOG Power Assist. It's got the sharp little pliers in there. Need to turn that. Turn it or snap it off, one or the other here. I am cooking in the sun. Oh wow, it looks like that thing is just seized to it. There we go. Alright, my brake tool did not work as well as pliers on this side. Sometimes you got to use what you can. Okay, pull this bad boy off of there, huh? this is still hooked together. I got some stuff still together on this side. There we are. And most of it has just rusted together. The bigger issue. Okay, well this is going to require lots of cleaning up. So wire brush is coming back out. Look at how nasty this side is. Get that stuff out of there. This side is nasty. And look at that old brake cylinder in there. God, that's nasty. Ugh. Okay, yeah. Oh, we got some cleaning to do. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I sat there with the wire brush for I don't know how long. Pretty long time here. So what I'm going to try to do now, let me just see if I can pour some of this. I know you're not supposed to touch. This is Rust Eater. So what I'm going to do is put this on there, see if this will convert that rust to iron oxide that's on there. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm going to get that other piece now. I just sat there with the wire brush and so much rust, scaled rust just fell out everywhere. I mean, I've just got so much coming out of there that I at least want to stop it on the parts that move if I can. Okay, so I've got a 3/8 inch socket here. 3/8 for the back of the wheel cylinder there. This time, taking off these bolts first before I take off the main brake line. The main brake line was tough to get out of, to get off with those bolts already done. Let's see. Okay, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Everything's backwards when you're behind. So yeah, there we go. That's the problem I always run into doing brakes too. Is I sometimes over torque them and brake. I've broken nuts before because I'm thinking righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and we're going from the opposite side, so it's all backwards. Holy crap! That thing is quite seized on there. Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, let's clean that up a little bit and see if I can break that. Let me get my line wrench, 3/8 line wrench. Get the brake line off of there. Okay, so here's where I got to pay attention. Okay, so we're going to go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There we are. Oh, yeah, I did that backwards again. I should have undone this first before taking those screws off. Now this thing is moving, but I got it loose at least, huh? Make sure I don't lose these guys. Right up there. I've got kitty litter underneath to catch the brake fluid that comes out. Ooh, we should have thought about where the sun would be this time of the day. It's October. I wasn't expecting to be roasting to death. Come on, bad boy. Let's go. There we go. Oh, some brake fluids coming out now. We're on the home stretch here. I'm excited to be bleeding brakes again. It seems like I've been bleeding brakes all year long, one vehicle or another. That kind of figured out how to do it on my own, since it's like pulling teeth to get kids or wives to come outside and get off the internet to come help you pump the brake pedal. So I kind of learned to do it myself. Act like they're being tortured to come off the internet long enough just to help you pump the brakes. They can even stay. They can actually stay on the internet. They don't have to come off. They can bring their tablets out and stay on. But working on cars for kids and wives is not exactly what they like to do. So, all right, come on, bad boy, come on out. Really wish I could see what I was doing rather than just feeling it, but sometimes you just have to go by the feel. There we go. We're off. That thing is nasty, so I'm glad I'm replacing it. Alright, dump it in the kitty litter there. And we're losing brake fluid. The more brake fluid I lose, the more I have to, the more I'm going to be bleeding. So let's get the new one on as quick as I can. Okay, brand new one, looking good. $10 on Amazon, so can't complain about that. Alright, bleeder screw goes up towards the top. This bad boy in here now. Start threading it on. Alright. If I can get this on, I'm gonna have to start it. Screw. There we go. I'm gonna start it by hand. Okay, which direction am I gonna go? This way. Start that by hand, dude. Come on. If I can get it by hand, then I know I'm not gonna cross thread it once I start going with that line wrench. That didn't work. I think I'm making progress. Nope, not. It's not even going. Alright. Push this guy in there. Make sure I feel it going on this time. Tearing up my gloves. Of course, this side is, the other side was so much easier. Why is this side not wanting to thread? Am I going the wrong direction? It sounds like it's going wrong, but it's not. Okay, for some reason something's not threading there. Let's see if I can figure this out. Piece back out of here. Why are you not wanting to thread? Do we have something in there? What's the problem here? Okay, troubleshoot. Well, that rust eater stuff, all that scaled up rust that was on here, this thing has turned pretty much black now. So, and so is this one. So, hopefully that'll help out keeping that rust a little bit under control. We'll see the next brake job if that helped at all, or was just putting a band-aid on a gushing wound. But okay, let's start putting some grease on those friction areas and see if I can remember how to put this one back together. Okay, wish me luck. Larger pad to the back. Brake, or emergency brake underneath first. There we go. There we go. That piece goes in there. Let's see if I can get my pin pushed through first. So first thing I'm going to do, let's push this pin through so I can see where I got to go with that. Alright. Extra set of hands on this part would be really, really nice. That's all I'm saying. Some extra hands would be really nice. Not that I'm going to get them. I sound like Rodney Dangerfield, no respect. Okay, let's push this piece on right there. Okay. Once you get these on, it's not as nearly as bad as it is getting it started. Getting it started seems to be the real problem. Once you get it going, it's not nearly as bad. Alright, let's see if I get this piece turned. Again, I am trouble with the first part. The first part is the hardest part. This up. This through. Oh. Alright, I gotta move the camera. Okay, that took a lot of perseverance, you might say, and determination. I had to get all kinds of different angles around these things to get these things back in. Once I got those in, these two guys right here, that's the worst part of the system for me. God, the brake cylinder was easier than that. But all these springs, once this was on, all these springs go on pretty easy. Just making sure everything's lined up here. These guys are lined up, and down under here we've got this tensioner piece here. It's back in all nice and new there, no rust on it. Hopefully that'll last for a while. I'm liking the way that looks. I'm going to start bleeding now, and I'm going to clean this up one more time with brake cleaner to get this grease that I may have touched on there off, and let's see if this works. Hopefully we're almost done. Okay, since all of the cameras died, I wasn't able to do the final bleeding of the brakes on camera. It was really quick. Those new cylinders were easy to bleed. I hooked up a hose to them, bled them. I probably didn't even need to do that. I probably could have just pumped the brakes, opened up the bleeder screw, pumped the brakes, squirted out some oil or some brake fluid, and cleaned it up and been done with it. But they're working great. I got the drums back on there, got it adjusted right, got the wheels on. Everything's on there, and test drove it. Everything's working good. And here's what I've got now. I'm going to undo this. I'm moving. There we go. I've got emergency brake again. I'll pull that up. I've got good brakes. When I stomp it, I can feel not only the front discs that are new, not only them working, but I can feel the rears are doing their job too. So I got rear brakes again, but yes. Before this, I did not have, this would go all the way up real easy. Now I'm getting some resistance, and then, oh, as you pull it up there you go. Got emergency brake on. So we are back in business. That brake job was took a little bit longer because of all that rust I cleaned up in there. You don't really have to clean up all that rust to do that brake job. I just wanted to do that extra step in there. But what I would recommend, if you're doing that, you're changing out you got a new drum, you got a new shoes, why not? And then you're going to take all those springs off anyway. For 15 bucks on Amazon, made in the USA spring kit with all those brackets and that adjusting screw, all those things come new in that. Just buy that. You got to take those springs off anyway. You're taking all that stuff off, put some new ones on there, and even if you don't clean up all the rust, at least you're replacing all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm not doing this changing out the shoes and putting those old springs back on. No more of that stuff, and especially when I had parts missing out of there. There's just no sense in going with missing parts out of there. So hopefully if this helps you out, hopefully that'll help you out. Other videos have helped me do these jobs too, so save you some money too. Like I said, 500 bucks from the brake shop, so it's worth it to do it yourself and do it right.